Good morning. Good morning, Iron Thunder. Nathaniel, Connor. And no, not live stream in 4 hours. It's supposed to say live stream in 1 hour when I put it up. It said 9 a.m., so it says 4 hours. Must be something wrong with my settings. Why am I getting a lag? Yeah, I'm definitely on earlier than 4 hours. How's it going? I just went live, so you didn't miss anything. We're 24% of the way to a new tractor. So you had the live stream open on this tab, or watching a YouTube video on the other tab, and all of a sudden you heard volume from the tab you weren't watching. I'm doing lots of stuff in the background as well, so there will be pauses in this game, like laundry and like video editing. Because I didn't do any of the editing last night like I normally do. I was playing Project Zomboid with my friends. I can't stream that. Well, I guess I could, but I have to put a mature content on warning for the lively language in the chat and the blood and gore in game. I should take a look at prices. Hey Dylan, take a look at prices. Let's see. I think we have corn in storage. Let's see if the corn prices have come up at all. again. Wheat prices are at an all-time high so far in this game. 353. But I don't have any wheat. All I have is corn in storage. Barley. That's the lowest price I've seen barley. Oat. Lowest price I've seen oat. Canola. Lowest price I've seen canola. No, that's not the lowest. It's the highest, it's almost the highest price I've seen. But we sold our canola, so it's going down, so it's a good thing we sold our canola when we did. Sunflower. Decent price. Highest I've seen is $8.66. Soybean. Yep, that's a good price. Okay, corn is going up in price, but it's nowhere near what the highest I've seen, so we're gonna watch the corn. We may be selling that. Keeps going up like that. Come on, Craig. Potatoes. Decent price. Beets. Fairly low. Cotton. That's a really good price for cotton. Wool. Low price. Milk. Oh, that's a really low price. That's still going down. Write that one down. I was right down the lowest price and the highest price I've seen. And that's middle of the road for silage. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the corn. See if we can get a good price out of it. We'll sell that. Oh, I did not fertilize that grass down there. I should go do that. Sure, let's clean up after our animals right away too. And there's only 2 cows. A little bit of mess like that counts against us right away. Yeah, the bucket can't quite reach the top, so you gotta force it in. I'm thinking of selling some of Grandpa's equipment. So these 2 trailers right here, I'm thinking of selling because this can only transport liquid manure. You can't use it to fertilize fields or anything. And this could transport onto a field, but I think we want to save all our solid manure for a greenhouse. I'd like to buy a greenhouse and place the greenhouse right beside here. So I'm thinking of selling those. Lime is full. Fertilizer is fairly low. Vineyard mod. I have not looked into the vineyard mod. it's not perfect fertilization, but it's decent. I really think if we get rid of that John Deere, the leg will be better in game. Oh, let's go check out that link. Oh, it's on Mod Hub. So, red grapes, white grapes. Okay, so what do you need to add to run a vineyard? Looks like maybe manure, water, and something else, or just manure and water? And you have to actually work in the field or in the vineyard? Oh yeah, so there's manure, and I saw adding water here. Okay, so water makes it work, manure doubles the price. The only thing I've got a question is, why is there a tractor inside of the vineyard? Do you have to actually work it, or is it treated just like a greenhouse? But that's a good idea. I like it. Well, I won't download right now, but I'm gonna leave the tab open just for a photo. Okay, yep. So it works just like the greenhouse. Yeah, I like that idea. I'll have to add that mod. I wanted to add the realism mod that makes it a little more realistic. If it rains, your tractor sinks deeper in the ground. If you have narrow tires, the tractor sinks deeper in the ground. If you have big wide tires, you float over the top. But it made this, with this old equipment, impossible to play. It was cool though, like driving this tractor along the field. Um, it showed how much tire slip I had and how deep I was sinking into the freshly cultivated ground. So I really liked the mod, but yeah, it was a little overpowering. It's like, pretty much breaks the game with this old equipment anyway. I haven't tried it with the new equipment, but I should put up a BRB on here as well. New text. Okay. I'll be back for a little bit. I'm working on a laptop editing videos, so I'll keep having little breaks like that through this whole stream. And I'm doing laundry. So we've got potatoes on the field in front of us. I believe we have soybeans on the field over kitty corner. And then this field here that's growing, I think we have canola. I'm planting sunflower here. So you made apple juice and ice cream cocktail. Huh. I can't say I've ever heard of that before. Oh, I was just thinking that if you have multiplayer, I bet you can't have passenger on this tractor. I have to try that next time we have someone join in game. Farmer Joe's still not feeling great, so she's sleeping in a bit. She's running a bit of a fever yesterday. Hey, Nathaniel. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, Farmer Joe's not doing so good, but I'm doing good. Hopefully her fever comes down though. It wasn't like a high fever, just a minor little fever. And no, I don't think she's got coronavirus. Just a fever. No coughing, no lung issues, nothing at all like that. So at least I don't suspect coronavirus yet anyway. You're so tired of this homework? What kind of homework is it? What subject or subjects? History, okay. History can be very enjoyable, but the way some schools teach history makes it boring as snot. I know for a fact you enjoy history, but what kind of history, right? It's the way they teach the history, because history is exciting. But yeah, I remember my history classes in school. Boring, so boring. And I went and learnt the same history in real world, and I was like, hey, wait a minute, you could have made this subject interesting. It's like, who cares about the exact dates of things? As long as you get the dates in the right place in the timeline, who cares? If you realize certain events happen in this order, it doesn't matter if you don't know the exact date something started. Memorizing dates is not in my wheelhouse. Okay, if you're watching live, I'll be back in 5 minutes. If you're watching this later, just fast forward 5 minutes. Alright, back for a little bit anyway. Oh. Gotta wake up my controller. So what are you guys studying in history? Middle Ages, okay. Middle Ages. I guess the Middle Ages were very different in different places of the world. Exactly where were the Middle Ages? What era would Middle Ages be? Would that be... I guess it'd be right around Christ time. No, it'd be after Christ, because Christ was still quite... Yeah, that'd be the Roman era. So it'd be more modern than Christ, I think. Did they? Yeah, I don't know. Did they have full suits of armor? 13th century would be considered Middle Ages. It's funny we call it Middle Ages. If you look at actual time, like we use the Christian calendar before Christ. So much more happened before Christ. The world is much, much, much older before Christ than after Christ. Okay, so Black Death and Columbus is considered Middle Ages? Okay. That makes sense. I would almost call that more of the modern age. But I guess that was still the age of medieval castles and stuff like that. Right transitioning between those two. Would that be the era of searching for the Holy Grail and all that stuff? Yeah, that makes sense. Interesting how the top fertilizer containers aren't getting dirty. The rest of the planter is getting dirty. See, that kind of history should be really exciting. Yeah, I think the the World War history and all the wars between there and now and um, are a lot more interesting because we have so much more knowledge of them. We have so much more history of them. We got video proof, picture proof of a lot of this history. The older history, the records are all just written. It's just diaries and first-person accounts and people that wrote history books or wrote histories. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. Oh, take a look at the price of corn. It's still going up. Speed time up a bit. I suspect weeds are going to be the next thing that grows over here, so I'm getting ready for them. There they are. And I won't be able to keep up with the weeds. And the weeder's not as wide as it looks. You have to overlap, or else you miss weeding stuff. If I miss a little bit, that's okay. Should have grabbed the other tractor. The tractor's a little easier to turn around at the end of the fields. A little more maneuverable. grab the other tractor once I get to the end of the field. Sure burns diesel pretty black, this tractor. Shortcut. It goes down the field the same speed as the other tractor, but it's more agility around a corner. Or at the end of the field, you can just turn around a lot quicker. Let's take a look, see if we're missing anything. Yeah, we're missing a little bit here and there. Not a lot. So I find if I kind of make a visual reference of the end of the weeder is halfway between my new tracks I'm making and the old tracks, it does a pretty good job of covering everything. Definitely looking forward to GPS. I said earlier, 24% of the way there. Once we sell the corn, we'll be even closer. turning. This tractor sometimes has some steering issues, and I really think it's got to do with that front wheel being coated, that it turns backwards. But we're not replacing this tractor first. Replacing the John Deere first. So basically the Massey Ferguson tractor will be downgraded to what the John Deere is doing now. This tractor will continue doing what it's doing now, basically grass cutting. And the old Ferguson tractor is going to continue doing what it's doing. So the John Deere will be replaced with the Ferguson that is currently our best tractor. And the Ferguson's going to be replaced by a brand new New Holland with a GPS built in. Grass cutting. Can we replace this with a... So the first tractor we're getting is this guy here. Second tractor would have to be... This does not have GPS, does it? Doubt it. AC unit on it, but no GPS. Ah, the Valtro's got GPS on it. Oh, you can put front end loader on it too. Nice. So it'd be 140 grand or so. Okay, and then we would have to buy mower. Probably this one. How does this thing attach? Confused. It must swing out. Yeah, it must swing out. Okay. So another 16 grand. Or we could... What? Now I'm confused. Should be a mod in here. that guy. What? Um, what's going on? I'm not on a farm. Weird. Okay, let's go look at this again. So 105 grand. Oh, hang on, I can't even change the color of the... I can only change the color of the wheels, but the picture shows it in green. Interesting. So 105 grand, and how wide can it cut? 5 meters. 4.3 meters. Yeah, I don't think we would go for that mod. For the money we're saving, oh there, you can change color in there. So 105 grand plus 15. When you can get almost the same thing here. It's a little narrower, but we can upgrade it. And the tractor is more versatile. You can Valtra, yeah, for an extra 20-30 grand. I mean, it's a lot of money, but this would be so much more versatile. I think we're going to have to get that as a second tractor. Okay, I'm going to have to go run downstairs. Sounds like it's running, but it's not. Don't know how long it normally takes me to run downstairs and back up with the laundry, but that's how long I'll be gone for. So unless Iron Thunder says he's going to be joining here right away, I'm going to pause the game. Because you've done your history test, but you probably have other things you're doing. Hey Nathan. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I'm like, you're probably busy with doing your stuff. Okay, so I'll pause the game and be back in 5 or 10 minutes. And if anyone wants to join, they'll just have to wait till after I'm back, because I don't need these weeds to take over and the plants to grow while I'm gone. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, let's farm a little bit. Oh. Waking up the controller, I accidentally dropped the weeder. Weeds have almost taken over that other field already too. I seeded that field first. That one's going to get plant growth on it first, so hopefully I get weeded before plants grow. It's much harder to see where the weeds are after the plants grow. Sent the test to the teacher, and you got a 10. A 10 out of 10, I guess. So 100%. Now, was the test like a multiple choice, or did you have to like write an essay, or was it, or just have to write long form answers? Or even had to write short form answers? It's nice to get a good score. That always feels good. It's like, oh, all that effort I put in was actually worth something. Oh, okay. Hey, Spacewalker. So basically, it's different kinds of questions. I like that. So, uh, what is shown in this picture? Whoa, what are you doing, bud? Steer straight. Steer straight. Um, then yeah, name the cities of name the cities on this map. Um, and this is a timeline. What happened after this? What happened after these events happened? Yep. Yeah, that's. my trucking videos. If you guys ever fall behind in trucking videos, you don't have to watch them all. Or at least fast forward through some of them. But some of them are a lot less interesting than others. Like when I'm running up to Lillooet, beautiful highways. When I'm running on I-90 in the US or I-5 in the US, it's like, a little bit on the boring side. Or driving up to Prince George, kind of boring. But then when you get up to Kitimat, oh, it's interesting again. So you get these boring sections. Then again, they're probably only boring to me because I see them so often. I did buy a new suction cup mount, so at least once. My goal is once a week to do a two video edit. It's a lot more work. I only want to do one of those a week. I'm working on the one right now. I just suction cupped the camera to my window and saw what would happen. I'm not all that impressed with the suction cup mount, so I'm not going to buy a second one. But I do have to run across the street and see if Lennon Drugs has some more sticky mounts. Because if the mount on my windshield gets, or if my windshield gets replaced, I'll need to put a new sticky mount somewhere. But I still like the suction cup mount. I can place an extra camera wherever I want. I'm not willing to put that. I'm not willing to trust that mount outside, because after an hour or two it does loosen off and there's the risk of it falling off. And I'm not losing a $700 camera down the highway if at all possible. You wish you had mountains where you lived? I grew up all over the place, but Manitoba, I grew up a lot in Manitoba, and it was flat. We called the Pembina Hills pretty darn big hills. Drive through the hills, just the most scenic, beautiful landscape. And now when I return there, I literally can't find the hill. It's such a small bump, it's like, oh, this is what we were excited about? Oh boy. It's like, we called this a hill? It's like a little bump. When sitting in the big rig, I can almost look over the crest of the hill. Yeah, you guys in Lithuania are very flat landscape too, yeah? Stuck in Ontario all your life. Yeah, it's nice to go get out and travel. We drove all the way across Canada a few years ago, and it was nice to see the whole country. But Ontario has beautiful landscape too. If you go into northern Ontario, northeastern Ontario, there's a lot of beautiful lakes, and yeah, the mountains are not huge mountains, but beautiful landscape up there too. Yeah, Jess has pretty much worked on that across Canada trip, although there's still videos to edit and put up there to finish that trip. I don't think she's all the way finished. Just kind of whenever she had in the mood, she'll edit that video together and post it as well. Um, yeah, I used to live in in Ontario for a while too. We lived well, a couple places there. Basically, we lived for a while halfway between Wheatley and Leamington. Went to East Mercia High School in Essex County. So basically by Point Pelee. We lived by Point Pelee, which is a beautiful place too. I would love to visit Point Pelee again. Yeah, I was we lived there when I was in grade 6 and 7. Oh, that's interesting. It's funny how culture is different in different places. I've noticed traffic patterns different as well. Um, so in Germany, basically people don't travel in the evening. I know when we lived in Manitoba, the highways were busy till midnight. And we moved here to BC in the Okanagan, and all of a sudden the traffic just dies after 6 or 7 p.m. It's like weird. Nobody's traveling in their cars. Oh wait, there's so much to do. You can just walk around and see beautiful scenery, and everything is within walking distance in your towns and stuff. It's like, oh, you don't really need to drive. In Manitoba to do anything, you have to drive half an hour to visit a friend. Yeah, never been out of the Americas. Well, I've never even been to South America. I've been in North America and Central America. That's it. But I have seen a lot of Canada, a lot of the US, quite a bit of Mexico, and then of course, pretty much all of Belize. So I have explored North America quite thoroughly. And like I've said before, the goal was to make it to Texas this year for the first time and visit NASA and do all that. That would have been fun, but not meant to be. I'd love to tour SpaceX as well. James Bay. Where is James Bay? Well, I guess there's easy enough answer to that. Hello? Wakey wakey. Oh, come on. Is that part of Hudson Bay? Ah, yes, it is part of Hudson Bay. Yep, that's up north. That is way up north. Hey, Trev. Yeah, we live down here. Right about here. Well, in this area here. Where was East Mercia School? Where was the school I went to? I sworn it was on Highway 34, but it's not popping out. Ha! There it is. We lived... Oh, that's changed. We lived here. There's a huge house here. The driveway was over here and the house was over here. And this big field here was all garden. That has changed drastically. We also lived right here. That yard looks like it's a junk pile now. And then we also lived... That doesn't look right, but that should be right. Yeah, that's completely changed. Used to be greenhouses over here. Yep, lived over there as well. So the furthest you've ever been is James Bay. The last leg was 8 to 10 hours. Well-traveled logging road. No cell service at all. So I guess you have to make sure you got a full tank of diesel before heading up there. So you had a flat tire and you had to wait for about 2 hours. And they just told you to drive because you had dual tires. Yeah, I guess. You got duals, just drive slow to make sure that single tire is not overheating. Just keep driving till you get to a service spot. Yeah, I guess that would work out. I can totally see that, destroying the suspension of a trailer running on rough roads like that. It's like, here, you can have the trailer back. It's broken. Good luck with that. Yeah. Why would your boss be angry for you for something that's not your fault? You sent me on those roads. You knew they were in very poor condition, and if parts break on a vehicle, well, tough luck. They broke. Thanks, Iron Thunder. Um, yeah, a boss like that's not worth working for. What's going on here? So that is a problem with my wireless controller. Every now and then I have interference or something. Every now and then it's like the controller doesn't want to do what I tell it to do. Hi, Farmer Joe. Had a good sleep? Did I wake you up doing laundry? A little? Yep. That's not a boss worth working for. Yeah, a company I work for, um, in fact, pushes very much running legal hours. With the e-log, it's of course a lot harder not to run legal hours, but we are always pushed to take your time, drive safe. If the load doesn't make it there today, it will make it there tomorrow. We like to be punctual, but safety comes first. And of course, if you're not going to be punctual, please call the customer and let them know. Or call dispatch at least and let dispatch know so dispatch can call the customer. I guess if you're up in northern Ontario, you can't, with no cell service, just like over here, there's areas where there's no cell service. It's like you can't really call a customer. That's where satellite communication comes in good. My current truck I have does not have satellite communication, so not a huge fan of that. But I run spot myself for emergencies, so I do have that GPS to, if I'm in a no cell service area and I need medical help, I can still hit that emergency button. And if I don't need medical help and just need a tow truck, I can still hit the call a friend button or whatever, and then at least my friends and family members would know, hey, I'm stuck up here. Maybe call my boss and let him know I'm stuck here. Yeah, how to fake your logbooks. Yep, I think that was a common practice back in the day. No longer possible with e-logs, which I'm a fan of. I don't want to work more than 14 hours in a day. I mean, I could see convenient places where it'd be nice to fudge the logbook, like when you're wasting time. Farmer Joe just mentioned if you're sitting somewhere for 3 hours waiting to load, it'd be nice to be off duty for that time. If you're in a queue that keeps moving forward, that's not possible because every time you move, your truck goes into on duty mode, which is fair enough, you're working. Technically you're working. I'm not getting paid for that, but so there are little things like that. But it also, with e-logs, your boss can't push you harder than your e-log lets you. You're out of hours, you're out of hours. Alright, we're all weeded. Okay, let's take a quick look here. Yeah, I missed spots. You can see the pink lines where I missed spots, but not too bad. You did most of the long distance jobs. Yeah, I love the long distance runs. I wish we had more of the long distance runs. Unfortunately, they don't come up as often as I would like. I make a lot more money when we do the long distance runs too. Like significantly, a lot more money. Wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, I thought so. Like, I think this grass is ready to cut. Yeah, I get paid by the kilometers I drive. So I get paid a little bit of money for each pickup and each drop off. And then for each kilometer I drive, I get paid 70 cents a mile, not kilometers. I get paid 70 cents a mile in BC. Uh, when I'm running in flatland, I get paid a lot less. So running in Manitoba, for example, I only get paid 52 cents a mile. For some reason, the industry's still in miles. When I'm empty, I still get paid 52 cents a mile. So running empty or in the prairies, I get paid as well. If I'm running in Alberta or in Washington, I'm getting 67 cents a mile. So less mountains, so less pay. That's why I run up way up north, like to Kitimat, makes a lot of money because there's a lot less mountain passes going that way, so you can make really good time on miles, and you're still getting paid 70 cents a mile. So you can really make good money running on the long runs like that. Like that Kitimat load I did, that made my payday a solid 600 bucks higher than normal. I didn't get to come home for the weekend, but 600 bucks extra. Yeah, I can be away from home for a weekend. Most north I've been? Wouldn't that be Prince George? No, no, I've been further north. Um, Fort St. John, in the big rig or in the semi? I know. Fort St. Oh, yes. There's a difference between pickup or semi or even flying. So, oh yeah. So, St. John is not the furthest north I've been, because Fort McMurray is a little bit further north. That's a desolate highway, by the way. So I've been up here in the tar sands, right up in here somewhere. In northern Alberta. Basically from Edmonton to Fort McMurray is a very desolate highway where you have no services either. So yeah, I'd say that's the furthest north I've been. I would love to get an Alaska run or a Yellowknife run or a White Horse run. Where's Yellowknife? Where's Yellowknife? I'll just punch it in. Okay, I was looking close to the right area, just it's not popping out. Great Slave Lake. That's where I thought I was looking over here instead of up there. So I would love something like that, but yeah, the furthest north I've been is Fort McMurray. Yeah, we go to Peace River. Every now and then we come up here. Fort St. John. We go to Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan up here. Every now and then. Fort McMurray is the furthest north I've been. So you had a run to St. John, New Brunswick. MTO. What's the MTO stand for? What does that abbreviation mean? It's the DOT, where Department of Transport. In the U.S. it's pretty much called the DOT everywhere. Here we call it the CVSE, but it's basically commercial vehicle inspection people. But oh boy, there's an alien. Is that what those circles in my field were? I was wondering. Why did the MTO pull you over? Yeah, CVSE has talked to me a couple of times, but I've never gotten a ticket yet. I've gotten a warning once, and the warning was worth a ticket, where I didn't strap my tarps down at all. They were just laying loose on the deck. So, yep. Any upcoming drives to the Yukon? That'd be awesome. Yeah, I guess the Yukon was a gold rush name. Yep. Yep, British Columbia and Yukon and Washington, Oregon. I guess not so much Washington, but Montana, Oregon. Yeah, lots of California. A lot of gold rush stuff there. I guess Washington would be gold rush part 2. Yeah. I'll take that back. I'll put that Washington in there for gold rush. I really have to go start working on real world stuff, so I think we're going to end the stream here pretty quick. Maybe another 15 minutes. Not like the... What did we put in yesterday? It's got to be over 4 hours we put in yesterday. That was a long stream. Today we're an hour and 40 minutes already. Hour 50 minutes, give or take. We live in Vancouver? No. No. Far away from Vancouver. 5 hour drive? Well, 4 hour drive to Vancouver with car. If you take the connector Coquihalla, 4 hour. Yes, Penticton. You forgot. How dare you forget? Not that I could list the town or near the nearest town to where you live either. You ate my cows? So what are those then? Are those just artificial artificial intelligence cows? Or projections? How are our cows doing? Cleanliness 70%. Better take care of that. We're going to have a baby cow in 679 hours. So we're 100 hours in. Yep. We will have to eventually buy another cow to increase our birth rate. Tractor first. Must buy tractor first. I think you meant to say Boston Pizza, which was the restaurant was started in Penticton. Boston Pizza's good pizza. Haven't been there for a long time. Yeah, should go there. Oh wait, we can't. Everything's closed. Yeah, we really enjoy Boston Pizza. It's not cheap. It's expensive, but expensive pizza, but it's worth it. Oh no. Oh, that is annoying. People steal anything. It's like, come on. The package thieves. So, I guess they came downstairs just to make sure that you guys didn't get the delivery accidentally. So the delivery guy drops the package at the door, didn't knock on the door, and then somebody walks by and goes, "Oh, a package, yoink! It's my package now." Come on, steering. You can react right. Yeah. So, yeah. You almost have to track them regularly and go, did they say they've delivered the package yet? Oh, they just said they delivered it. Okay, better go check right now before package thieves show up. We've had our mailboxes broken into. We now get our packages mostly delivered to my brother's place unless we know Jess is going to be home that week. because theft is so rampant, it's crazy. Do we have a pasta factory in town? We do? I don't mind going to a pasta factory every now and then, but I'm not a huge pasta person. Jess likes her pasta, so when we go it's because she wants to go, and I'm okay with it every now and then. Wow. So they got notification that the delivery was made, and it was gone already. Oh no, it's called Pasta Factory, it's just a restaurant. Yes, I can see how that could be confusing. Oh, I forgot to cut the other field. Oh well. We'll tether this. Why am I driving so slow? I think I'm missing a bunch here in the taller grass. You're not allowed to yawn. You're feeling better? That's good. That's good. Yeah, extra sleep definitely makes a difference when you're not feeling well. I did watch the videos yesterday. I got through all the tabs I had open. And I might be enjoying Sabaton music. I know, you're brainwashing me. I'm slowly starting to enjoy the music. I did like how you edited all the old footage together of that Bismarck. That was pretty cool. So I guess I gotta watch your channel more often because I'm starting to enjoy it. Of course, you having the lyrics on the videos helps a lot because when you're listening to a song for the first time and you can't catch all the words, like, oh, you got the lyrics right there, and it's like, Okay, that's a pretty cool song. The actual words, it's a pretty awesome story. What's that? You yawned again. Told you weren't allowed to do that. You apparently don't listen to me at all. Oh, come on. You foresee a lot of... Can I not get that piece of grass right there? Apparently that's magic grass. There we go. I saw that. You also got a Patreon page as well. I want to do some updates in Patreon that I keep meaning to do, but you know, time. Time. Time is short. Speaking of time being short, I should really get ready to go. I gotta do stuff. Okay, so the game will stay up for longer. If anyone wants to join, shoot me a message in Steam, and if I'm not paused in game, we can join in, but I know it's unlikely that would happen, but if somebody does, if I'm online and I'm playing Farming Sim, feel free to join. Even if we're playing a different game, shoot me a message and feel free to join. Like last night we played Project Zomboid, and we had 5 people. 5 people playing in Project Zomboid. That was actually a lot of fun. I got scratched and didn't die. Jess got scratched and did die. That I could not do a YouTube stream because, well, we're using Discord to do live chat, and the language is not family friendly, and the game itself is bloody and gory. I guess I could put a mature. I don't know. I'm kind of. I've kind of made my YouTube channel kid friendly, so I'd be a little hesitant on posting something with mature content. I don't have a problem with the mature content, but I'd almost want to start a second channel for that wouldn't, so that it wouldn't be related to this channel. Ah, yeah, you were just saying make a second channel. You got to get back into American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator. Yeah, I was looking through that again, and I have this interest in buying the DLCs, and I'm like, no, 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 you're not going to play it enough to be worth buying the DLCs. Don't do it. But they are enjoyable games. If I made a second channel, it wouldn't be something I would update regularly. But I guess if people knew that this channel only gets videos every now and then, I don't know, maybe. Alright, that's done. Was playing Mud Runner last night. Mud Runner. Mud Runner. Mud Runner. What is Mud Runner again? Sounds so familiar. Is that similar to Spin Tires? Played Spin Tires. It's can't repair either of them. Oh, is Mud Runner Spin Tire? Okay. I enjoyed Spin Tire. It's a fun game. You were trying to record Crisis 1 yesterday, but the game kept crashing. Is that game that old already? Wow. I don't think this tractor can handle the forage wagon. We'll jump in the Massey Ferguson. Okay, we're not going to gather grass, or I should have looked at the prices before tethering it, because who knows if grass or hay is cheaper or worth more. Hay is worth quite a bit more. Every now and then grass is worth more than hay. So the old computer at your grandma's place can run Crisis, but your newer computer has crashes because, yeah, sometimes older games do that. Just like Microsoft Flight Simulator, I have issues with on this computer because the game is just too old. How old is this game? Crisis 1? 2007. Yeah, I guess if you put compatibility mode, it might work. Anybody wonder why I put this in here instead of dumping it back into the feed trough? Because the feed trough is filled with hay and grass. For some reason, when the game makes the cows eat messy and spew the food all over the front there, it is now considered silage. I don't have the ability to make silage yet, but if I dump it in here, I have a little bit of silage in here. I'm like, maybe eventually I can get it to enough to make some mixed food rations before we can even make silage. So building a silage pit will be here pretty high on our list to build here pretty quick as well. I don't know how much a silage pit costs. Just a small 15 grand, so yeah, that might be something we buy after our tractor. Yeah, I know Grandpa never had a silage pit. I know. If I'd thought of it, I would have put a silage pit in before we started the game, but I didn't, so now we gotta deal with it. Okay, so you tried compatibility mode. And when you tried the 64-bit version, it wouldn't even work. Yeah. Okay. I am gonna go. Like I said, the game will be paused in the background and the game will continue here and there. And if anybody joins, I will unpause the game. Shoot me a message in Steam if you do want to join. And if we also play a different game, like if we're playing Project Zomboid, shoot me a message too. Even if I'm not the server, I can get you an invite to the game and you can can play that together as well, even if I'm not doing a live stream. So yeah, thanks guys for joining. I'll see you guys next weekend if all goes according to plan. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and your week.